Happy New Year, everybody.
If you're new to our channel, thanks for stopping by. We're glad to have you here. And if you've been here for a while, thanks for sticking around and supporting us through 2021 as we started our channel and began to share our videos with you. So what are we going to do, Lair?
Well, I'd like to throw in a top 10 questions segment on various topics, and I do have a list right here.
Oh, do you want me to ask you questions first, or do you want to ask me questions?
Maybe if I ask mine first, you'll kind of see what kind of format we're following.
Oh,
maybe.
I have questions.
Okay, do you want to ask yours first?
No, go ahead.
Are you sure?
How about we do this? You ask me a question, and then I'll ask you a question.
Okay, sure.
All right, so you go first.
Okay, so this question regards to top RV campsites. Why are they your top? And you can do one. You can just say, this is my top RV camping park. And for what reason? Okay? So that's the question.
Okay. So in Michigan, we camped a lot in the RV. Actually, that's the only place we really camped other than Old Man Cave. And this is probably going to be a little biased, but my favorite campground was Mackinac Mill Creek. It was also the most expensive campground, so that is like the negative side of it. But the reason it was my favorite is we were right on Lake Michigan, and we had full hookups, which is nice because in Michigan state parks, you don't get the full hookups, which is, that's the one thing that's missing. But it was awesome. We played in the water like for a week straight, and that's kind of my favorite thing to do in the summertime is water sports. So I was in heaven.
Okay, cool.
And what about you?
Is that the question?
No.
No, that's not the format.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will.
And
ask
we got to
you,
keep our answers short.
I will ask you what. Okay, if you could go anywhere in the world, one place, where would you go?
Any place in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Any place in the world. Like right now.
Yep.
Antarctica.
No, not worrying about COVID or anything else.
Antarctica.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And why?
Why? I think the journey there in itself is a trip. So it's like part of the trip. It's like once you get to Antarctica and you're on the cruise out of Ushuaia, that's the payoff. But I think getting there is so much part of the journey and the trip that it's like it makes it a little more epic, I think.
Okay, awesome.
And also, you got Patagonia there too, right? Like
yeah,
close
you
by.
kind of get. You sort of get a 2 for 1. Okay.
You can throw that in.
Next question.
Next question.
Maybe we'll stick to 5 each, just because in the essence of time.
If in fact you wanted to do an RV upgrade, what would you do? And I mean upgrade in the sense of our RV, what we already have is capabilities. What would you do to enhance the RV and experience in our current RV?
That's a very good question. I would, if I could, I would have a wall in between the bedroom and the rest of the RV.
Okay.
And a king-size bed. Because of
well, I basically, what I meant is in our current RV, what upgrades would you like to see in that RV that are feasible that we could do?
Yeah, I don't know.
You mentioned one today.
Oh, yeah, I would take the oven out that we have, and I would replace it with our, what's it called? Our Emerald. We have the Emerald fryer with the French doors, and it does everything. So if there was one thing that I could change about our RV, I would take that oven out and I would put our air fryer in.
Well, we might take a look into that because it might not require the oven coming out. That might be a little harder task than the microwave coming out. The microwave could possibly come out and we can accomplish the same thing. So we'll take a look at that. All right, next question.
Next question. If you had to choose between backpacking and RVing, what would you choose and why?
What time of the year is it?
It's your
Doesn't
choice.
matter?
Nope, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna take RVing. I'm gonna take RVing and backpacking.
No, you gotta pick one. You can't have both.
Well, I would say, okay, this is, understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. I like RVing. I really like RVing. I like showing up to a location, and then I like venturing out from the RV. So instead of venturing out from a hotel or venturing out from a tent or venturing out from a cabin, we venture out from the RV. Now, we have not done an overnighter from the RV as of yet, which I would love to do that. Like, you know, maybe we could camp out in at Waterloo Picnic or something like that and do a large section of the trail, and then camp out overnight and then continue our journey, and then camp out maybe another night or so, maybe have a car staged or something like that. So if I'm doing something like that, I prefer RVing. I think RVing's sweet. I don't like RVing for the RVing culture. I hate to say that. I really do. We haven't got that far involved in the culture just yet. I think different people do it for different reasons, and I think the reason why we do it is we have our own place on wheels instead of renting a hotel, renting a cabin. You know, availability is another thing. So I'm going to go with RVing to make my answer short. What unexplored destinations in Michigan, state park, forest, whatever, would you like to RV to or explore a little more of? Like actually make it happen.
The Upper Peninsula. And there's multiple places there because the Upper Peninsula from us is about a 7-hour, 8-hour, 9-hour drive depending on where we're going. And so it's not, excuse me, it's not really something that we can do in a weekend. And so that's kind of like the last option, and then we just have weekends to travel. So I would say probably the, what's that national forest up there?
This is your answer,
I
not
forget
mine.
the name of it, but I would really like to do, if I could go anywhere in Michigan that we haven't been, it'd be probably the UP, like maybe Grand Marais. There's not a lot of like RV camping there, but we could find something.
All right, next question.
Next question. Of the countries you have traveled to, which one was your favorite?
It sounds crazy because when I think of this trip, I interpret like everything that happened within the trip to make the trip what it was. Iceland was wild. Iceland was like no supervision, like two big ass kids on their own just doing whatever they want. We could turn left, we could turn right, we could park over there, we could park over there. I would say Iceland. Switzerland was definitely, Switzerland versus Iceland, okay? Switzerland is a little more structured, and Iceland's just a little more wild. Structured in the sense, the campsites were really nice. Every place you went was extremely nice, but Iceland just gave you so much more freedom. You could just go exploring for as long or as little as you wanted to. So I'll stick with Iceland.
Okay.
If we have to make changes to our channel, what way would you like to see? What changes would you make to see our content delivered? Like how people view us, or how the channel's viewed, or just basic changes to the channel?
I think I would probably do a little more talking like talking, like head, whatever they call it, style vlogging, more vlogging, because I think that although I like what we do, and I know that our goal has been to show you where we're going to, hopefully maybe spark interest for you. I also feel that when you talk to your audience, that it helps you to kind of bond with that audience. Sometimes, if I'm watching a channel and I'm just watching somebody do something, I tend to get a little bit bored because I don't really feel like I'm connecting with that person and what they're trying to do. So for me, I think that it would be more connection with the people who are taking time out of their day to watch our channel.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, is this the last one? Oh, this is, okay. What is your favorite part of the video making process, of your workflow? What is your favorite part of it?
Oh, I'm trapped between two places right now. I really like adding the music to the video. I really enjoy that part because I'm just a music person. So I like the music selection. I like selecting music. I like hearing different songs, different genres. But now I'm getting to the point where I love chopping the videos and splicing them together to give some sort of motion, some sort of movement in the actual video. Before it was just like clip, 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 clip. And now I think we're getting to the point where we have a flow going. Oh no.
Wait. Okay, now start.
I think we're getting to the point now where we have a flow going. So I'm gonna stick with adding the music because I like to think in terms of if someone hears this song, you don't even gotta watch the video. You can put the music on, and the music can entertain you as well, and we'll still get the view. So I like adding the music. What about you?
That's honestly my favorite. My favorite thing that I've started doing, and this is a learning process for us. Excuse me. This is a learning process for us. Is cutting the clips to go with the music, with either the rhythm or the beat or something that I'm picking out in music.
I haven't got there yet.
I also really like the music parts too, and that's why it's harder with the vlogging, right? Because if you're talking, that's when the music's not playing, and that is my favorite part. And if I'm looking at videos, I like the music, that comes along with it. So I'd say that's probably my favorite part too. My absolute not favorite is uploading from all the different devices in the different formats and the timestamps that they all have, and that's kind of a pain. But the rest of it's cool. I don't think
for people who are not familiar with making videos and the whole process, it's time-taking. It really is. It's like, first off, there's different devices for different outings. So you might choose to take the 360, which is an action cam. You can attach it to your body. You can attach it to your vehicle, kayak, whatever the case is. And you could get some really cool shots with it, such as the GoPro. We'll do a review on the 360 versus the GoPro. They both have good functions, and they both have their time and place. But we're using our phones, we're using the 360, we're using sometimes the big camera that we have, or sometimes we're using the drone, the GoPro. We got so much stuff. Devices. And with those devices, you gotta have cords, you gotta have, surge protection, you have to have all this stuff. So not only are we shooting videos and having fun and hiking and this and that, but we have to, now that we're getting a little better, we're thinking of storylines, something to keep people's interest. And there's a lot that goes into making these videos. And we are so happy for the 202 subscribers that we have. Of course, we would like to have more, But at this point, I think we're still so new to it that we just enjoy doing it when we have the time. We both have full-time jobs, and we make videos to coordinate with our trips that we take, but not every weekend are we gone. So we have to have some way to continue to entertain our current number of viewers. So if you guys have any suggestions of things that you'd like to see or topics that you'd like us to speak on, we do have a bunch of topics that you'll probably be seeing some of the videos. You haven't even got the tour of the camper. You haven't got the camper introduction. We have a new puppy. You didn't get the puppy introduction. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be talking about in between our trips.